You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Stars them everywhere, everywhere.
A pleasant good evening and welcome to another edition of the Liberty Education Talk. We always come to you live na Liberty Television, our Facebook, YouTube, and our website. Me bring come to this edition as usual. My name na Alhassan Kuma. Well, every Wednesday we can look at issues surrounding the education sector across the country. Well, of course, today we look at popularizing the African standards and guidelines for quality assurance, and as well for look inside the new TEC Acts of 2025. Now that we discuss inside this edition of the program. You say for the watch we go send a message to the number +23274 200-545, or you drop a comment na the platform outside you the watch we from the program now the Liberty Education Talk. Well, for we talk about this particular topic. Now the studio are there with Crispus Charles Macaulay, we are the public relation officer now the TEC. Good evening, welcome to the program.
Thank you, brother.
I also there with Emmanuel Tinka-Kama, the manager academic audit and institutional affairs director na TEC. It's a pleasure having you. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you.
So of course continue for watch. Send we message to the number +23274 200-545. The program at the Liberty Education Talk. As Aleon mentioned, see we look at the way of popularizing the African standard guidelines, of for quality assurance, and we pay more premium with regards to activities that we surround the Tertiary Education Commission within the TEC, as in the try for look inside the TEC then Acts of 2025. But I just joined Charles Macaulay for like you able for tell reviewers the way they watch this evening with regards to how best TEC they plan for popularize this and waiting the inside the act so far.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, viewers. Well, if I can start, TEC be established in 2001 by an act of parliament. Now we there in 2025, not so. I mean, you see the gap for over 2 decades, review not have been done, and trends don't they move, especially in tertiary education. A lot of new dynamics that don't come into play. So there was a need for a review for let the commission able to catch up with then standards, then they enable look efficiently over the higher education institution them. So the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education will obviously take the lead, with support from the Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Tertiary Education for review with the Act of 2001. As I say, from that time to now, a lot of lacunas then they make we not able implement, execute we mandate properly. But now, with the new Act, the 2025 Act, I mean the dynamics don't change. We don't ensure say there are some clause or some stringent rules them we don't come into practice now where the TEC go able implement a mandate effectively. So key amongst the gap we been there, or for say clear punitive measure not been there, for people already broke the law, especially the one they mount on accredited programs, illegal institution them, people they get fake degree. Of course, how we in Talek where this fake degree thing come, so the new Act of 2025 don't scam for address all the anomalies then they, you understand. Now we get penalties for people already mount, unaccredited institution.
Because if my memory can serve me well, there was a list with TCB pulled the last time with regards to institutions across the country we not been accredited, but yesterday they function as a tertiary education institution across the country.
My brother, not too easy for today, so you know, the more you chase them, the more you run after them, then they go, add to each areas, you know, that they go operate there. But we not retire, you know, as I say, this new act of 2025 don't give you power, especially the area of you where they mount or where they establish on a credit institution, where things, you know, credit. Of course, you get for pay fine, you know, over 100,000 new leons, you understand me? And not only the fine, for every day where we don't go, we don't establish this institution you unaccredited. I mean, something they come up to that fine day. You understand me? And not only that again also. Now, we also get the mandate for, you know, accredit or also review, you know, programs. Of course, we'll be the do that one day. You understand? But we still continue for do them. And the act also give you power. You understand me? All credential verification across the country. You understand me? So now you can kind of the commission. Of course, probably if you want to go study overseas or you want to go, you know, or other adventures, then go refer you to TEC now. You know, most of the international partners them now or international institution them, when you want to go for go study overseas, then go tell you say you certificate or your credential need for be verified by TEC. So the act don't give you a new mandate. Also, another thing where the act do we take cognizance of now that it don't incorporate other institution them for make the commission get power like WAEC. You understand me? I mean, it don't add other institution them. Corporate institution the way go come, they sit down at the commission, we see how we can hang it for like we able to get effective discharge of with duty. So now some of other areas than they, but now some of the key areas than this, of course, as I say, the 2001 Act, you know, we get clear mandate on punishment. That is why people enjoy the mount programs and all that and do it within and feel for do. But with the implementation of this new act, that is a thing of the past now.
All right, continue for state three. In name na Crispus Charles Macaulay, in the public relation officer na TEC. They will the studio continue for survey message as we they look at the new act for TEC and also they discuss about the African standards and guidelines for quality assurance. Well, let's just turn the mic to you, Emmanuel Tinker Kamara, because when I look at the topic they discuss involving Africa, you know, on this aspect of quality assurance, because when President Bio became a power introducing the free quality education, plenty of people been question the aspects of quality. So seeing quality assurance in this, you just want to let you break down, you know, for reviewers and within this specifically there about these African standards and guidelines on quality assurance.
Thank you very much. The African standards and guidelines on quality assurance was developed in 2018 by the African Union through one project where they call Asgqa. Asgqa na harmonization of quality assurance and accreditation in Africa. The African standards and guidelines on quality assurance is divided into three parts. Part A na on internal quality assurance. Part B na on external quality assurance, and Part C na on quality assurance agencies. Now, the standards na an overarching framework, meaning they cover all aspects of quality assurance. Now, generally, when you talk of quality assurance, you either they talk about the input, the processes, the output, the outcome, and the impact. So the ASGQA, when are the African standards and guidelines, cover all the aspects there. The second one, a non-prescriptive, in the sense that in order set or in order impose minimum set of standards, in order impose them, but rather what they do is they give you generic framework where you can able for use. The third aspect of them that is flexible, in a sense that you can adapt the standards based on your own convenience, based on your resources, based on your priorities, based on your context, you can adopt the standard. Then the standard again, a non-exhaustive in a sense that you can add other aspect them where you go on for add. It just sets basic minimum. So based on your own setting, you can say, okay, might add something on distance education because the standard not talk about distance education, just to give you example. Then the standard again is applicable to all higher education institutions, irrespective of the mode of the delivery. Because ideally, higher education institutions, then you can get some of them where they do face-to-face, when are the traditional method. Some can they do online or through distance education. So the African standards and guidelines are applicable to all the types and they.
So how basically on our one for popularize this one in a context within Sierra Leone, because many people don't they question the aspect of standard in with tertiary education and with institutions them across the country.
Okay. As I tell you earlier, I say part A of the standards now on internal quality assurance. So then they link basically to the institution, then your quality assurance processes. That now quality assurance processes were driven from within the institution. But make I take your mind back. In 2019, we began a project we call Assuring Quality in Higher Education. And this project now been a project will be sponsored by the British government through FCDO. So now, through this project, we'll be able to develop what we call quality assurance framework. The institutions then we ask them for develop quality assurance policies. But when the African standards and guidelines come out, we notice in some areas them, the policies in a salon not touch them and not go into them. So waiting we they try for do firstly, now for raise awareness there is the African standards and guidelines on quality assurance, that are the first one. Then the second aspect, now for collate all the quality assurance policies in a salon and try for see how we go get a national policy where go meet the minimum requirement of the African standards and guidelines. So you ask me how we plan for do this awareness raising. Firstly, this is one way. We get your programs. We get your television programs. Again, we develop flyers. These now flyers will we distribute.
Okay.
And again, we get some write up them now newspapers on the African standards and guidelines. But now we want formally launch the African standards and guidelines on quality assurance in a salon.
Okay. All right, continue for the way in name na Emmanuel Tinkakama in na the manager, academic audit and institutional affairs director na the Tertiary Education Commission. In case you just watch the program now, the Liberty Education Talk, we always can come live na Liberty Television now with different social media handles. And continue for send a message to the number +23274200545 or drop another comment section now either with Facebook page or with YouTube channel. We will continue with the conversation as we look at TEC introducing the new act for 2025, just like Charles been mentioned about when TC start operation, that was 2001. So now I think it's been 5 years with or elapsed. So there must be a little bit improvements with for day inside that particular act. But when you be talk earlier on, Charles, you mentioned plenty things so far we una need for church and improvement need for day. One aspect where I get more interest get for do with the accreditation aspect, for the institutions then they, and also how basically with certificates then they, with regards to move into another country, you graduate from a college. How best you go before you use that particular certificate they now other country, because many people when they get challenges with regards to that. They can chat. Is it you attend for a big college now, West Africa and all? It could be difficult as well. So how now they move along with, putting more effort into the act on that aspect of accreditation?
So within the commission do recently, we get what we call BMAPs, one of the benchmark minimum standards for academic professional standards, you understand? we recently organized a workshop, waiting that one day about. And for CC, we come all we higher education institution at par with other international standards then. You know, so in terms of programs, in terms of qualifications. So like what you say, so somebody where they read engineering at Afrobe College, you understand? Where if you want left, let's say year 2, you get opportunity for go America or go England or other part of the world. You know, enough for go begin again. You know, because of the standard where we try for maintain, if we're able to go and for go match up with the one the way they go meet, now the same level, then for do the same thing at the same time. You understand? Or even locally, let's say somebody they Unimac, they read Mascom, they relocate to Freetown, they want come for Bay College, they want come at the Mascom department, they year 2. So because they come from Bay College, they not for tell and say, we don't look at you transcript, we don't look at the modules the way they do, you know, they at part with you they do. So, you know, for go start year 1.
Say there must be an equal standard.
That's what the
universities.
BMAPs they try for address now.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
I mean that we don't do that policy day. I want it in the pipeline very soon. You know, you go see who they begin institutionalize them now. You understand me? So all the higher education institution them for the speak at and for they at the same par. You understand? Then they know for the do IT and that way, then they ready for going and they don't meet IT or you know meet library day. You understand me? So very soon with the institutionalize that policy, they will go cure that aspect the way they talk about. So
you also mentioned about involving WAEC into this, where I think it's good because you know that transition process from the WAS to university. And WAEC don't they conduct then exams in this. So basically, waiting and WAEC then walk into this.
Well, not only WAEC. You understand me? I tell you, say the commission, when you look at the composition, it comprise of people of high professional status in our country. Or for instance, we also get the Conference of Principal of Community Technical Colleges. You get National Science, Technology and Innovation Council. Representative from private, public, technical universities. So like what you see so, WAEC na the middleman between the commission and the senior school. So that transition, we all for the speak at one voice. You understand me? That transition where people they come up from, you know, senior school for CAM university, we for all for the get one policy. You understand me? Also for say the number of passes. You understand me? Or the number of people away the university then go able to admit. If we all sit down, we get that understanding there, then go able to filter and down because they deal with principals, them senior school principal. Not to be. We only anything after senior school. You understand? But that vacuum they be done they exist. So we see so for QRM. You understand? So we don't bring them now. So at least now, that vacuum they not there again. Then get a representation. From our stage for Kana University, then get a representation.
There is a lot of pressure so far for on how they work now, the TAC. Compare this back, the number of people and where they get opportunity for going at the university. Now we see a lot of pressure so far with regards to the university then for accommodate students then when the result linking there out we can see plenty of people can get requirements, but when they apply they're not able to get more people, you know, way for them for able to accommodate. So waiting TC they do for ensure say we're able for improve on that particular aspect there.
Definitely, you're right. You know, the university then themselves can be overwhelmed of the pass rate then now where they come off from that was stage for CAM. You know, not like before. So for let person get a university requirement, me and you know, it be difficult. But now, people in the get time. And we're not going to say, we're not going to point at any issue. You can be said, we get smart people, them, make people in the get time easy now for go to university. Look at IPAM, for instance. Because of the challenge when they get with accommodation and space, then therefore they go and, you know, sublet to schools, St. Edwards, Prince of Wales. You understand me? So what we look at, we sit down as a commission, we say, no, we need to address this issue. You know, if the universities them get a specific quota for a particular year, saying that this will they take, they're not for marginalize the other one, they will even get requirements. We don't look at how could develop the ODL policy, open and distance learning, in day for key other one day. You understand me? So what in that policy they about is that you, when they will go in person at the campuses for get lectures, you can able get waiting that policy they get on in person online. You're able to log in. You understand? Also get lecture notes and you're able to conduct exams for you. All them policies then they will try for institutionalize them. You know how technology then at the country we get for take with them. We know how for start, we crash, we can't make big talk. Tomorrow unable, that's it. So we take with them, we go for test force. But as it is now, we get few institutions them like Jala, I think Unimark or so. We don't institutionalize the ODL. Okay. You know, they operate both on and offline. So you enable kind of campus. Or for now, for instance, if me I want to do a program now, McKinney, I go just go online. I don't need for they go kill myself, for they go take transport every week they go. You understand? But as I say, all of them policies and the project then they are the pipeline. When they kickstart to go, I guess most of them concerns then they.
All right, continue for stay with we. In our Charles, we now the public relation officer now TEC. Continue for Watch Fambo, the program the Liberty Education Talk, where always they bring you insights and new developments where don't they happen now the education sector. Now the country. Me will bring to you this edition. My name is Al-Hassan Kouma. Continue for send message to the number +23274 200-545 or either drop on the different social media platforms and also the stream this evening. Welcome to you, Emmanuel. As we just don't talk with Charles, we talk about this new act for 2025 for improve on that different sectors inside the education sector across the country. I want to take you a little bit. In my previous program, I've been talking with somebody from the vocational institutions. Them, you know, we themselves don't get several problems based on how they operate, based on you know the Ministry of Education giving PIN codes to them teachers and they. But I just want for let me concentrate more on the aspect of within TEC they do for able to equip that particular sector of the education area, another vocational institute. Because when you look at other African countries, the middle level manpower, it's not everybody that have the opportunity to go to the university, but you can get a breakthrough and move to the skills training and we go for develop. So within una they do for ensure say una able give more support to that particular sector there.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, not to the commission they regulate TVET.
Okay.
You get the National Commission for Technical and Vocational Education.
Okay.
They call it first NCTVA. Now you get now they call it NCTVA. Now they're responsible for technical. As Charles put on, we're responsible for post-secondary qualifications. So any program where you they use WAS as an entry requirement, okay, or you they use degree, say bachelor's degree or master's degree for enter, now we they deal with.
Okay. Okay. Then also, me and Charles we don't discuss that, but in being just centered within Sierra Leone, I get a friend we get the experience. I think he graduated from Farabe College. He go travel go Australia, and he want for continue within education. So they ask him for produce any certificate so far. He produced the certificate from Farabe College, and then certificate there is a seal where they within the certificate where they will identify which part of the wall where you study and all. But if you say there was no way they can locate Farabe College when they been going to that university today. So within TEC they do, because you guys are responsible for those particular areas for able to improve. If somebody come here with degree, when they go to another country, they expect say for continue with that particular sector, they will say want for continue.
Yeah. Wait till they happen. For that case, they are rather unfortunate because the institution for supposed for right either to the institution where they work, where the student graduates, or to the commission. That's not one. But ideally, over the years, the Sierra Leone not be get a national qualifications framework, because the national qualifications framework now they show various qualifications them where you get, and the skills where that person go possess the knowledge and the attribute. But before this time, we not be get them. But now, we get different units. The TVET, the NCTVA, don't develop one for their own sector. The tertiary sector, as I said earlier, the commission will benefit from the Assuring Quality in Higher Education project. During that project day, we will also develop a qualification framework for higher education. Then if you go to the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School, then get similar documents where they link to qualifications framework. So what we need for do now as a country, now for try for harmonize then 3 documents there for get a national qualifications framework. Because we get a national qualifications framework, countries then go able for reference. They go able for know if this person now a graduate, waiting at the skills that we possess, waiting at the learning outcomes. Okay. You know, waiting at the knowledge. And again, the other document where can again support that now the benchmark minimum academic and professional standards which Charles talked about earlier. And this benchmark minimum academic and professional standards, it gets standards for support teaching, learning, research, community service, commercialization, even on infrastructure. It touch on all the things and they. And as he rightly put, we don't try for even harmonize entry requirements into the institutions then. Okay. You know? And again, we get different routes now for enter higher education. It talk about ODL, open distance learning. Okay. So it open, meaning you can, irrespective of whether you get 5 hours or not, you can come and apply. And based on that, based on the knowledge where you the attribute, or the attribute where you possess, because they get what we call the recognition of prior learning. So they can able to assess you and know who you go fit. Because now we don't move from that traditional system where a teacher they come or a lecturer they come, now you get all the knowledge. Okay. Now the lecturer them for just serve as facilitator. Okay. You know? Okay. So now in a hands-on experience, students then for able for learn. That make you get learning outcomes. And therefore able for positively transfer what they don't learn to new situation.
Okay. So earlier on, during my very first question, you've been able to explain on the area of the guidelines because you more talk about these African standards and guidelines on the quality assurance. I want for, it could be the same question for you and Charles on the aspects of the new school curriculum for WAS students then, because there was a message outside that students in where they write the WAS exams, probably this 2026 WAS, go write the exams in the new school curriculum. So waiting TEC don't they do with regards working. I don't know whether it's the responsibility of TEC or the Ministry of Education, because we know say there is a step, you know, so far inside the beginning education from that WAS going down to the university stage. Yeah. I don't know if una get any guidelines with regards to that particular area the way they try for us.
As I said earlier, the commission now for post-secondary qualification, that now afterwards. But notwithstanding that point there, you know, say all the courses them where they offer at, or subject them where they offer at WAS, them subject and they back they offer again now universities, colleges, and polytechnics. So where the student then go down, complete the WAS, then go always be able for enter any of the institutions and the word don't mention.
Quick while I just join Charles as time on the battery. What think we stand for benefit as a country and also the education sector introducing this new act for 2025?
Well, as I tell you, this new act of 2025 don't give the commission more power for execute and implement a mandate, not to like business as usual again. You understand? So now, if they operate illegally in the country, they run higher education institution, where we will get you, punitive measures will be taken. And also, one good part of this act, look at the parliamentary and the oversight committee on technical and higher education, as I say, with the Ministry of Tertiary Higher Education. Then sit down and look at and say, the TEC, for letting them go able, you understand me, effectively implement the mandate, they need support. You understand? We don't talk about a lot of policies that I am projects them. For let we implement them projects and we need resources, financial resources. So within this new the Parliament, the Oversight Committee on Higher Education do, there is a particular section of the Act where don't mandate every undergraduate student, they pay now 10 leons to the commission. Postgraduate at 20 leons.
So I depend on through tuition?
Yes.
Okay.
The universities then will come. Some of them don't begin get engagement with we already. You understand me? So in turn, we they give back to the universities them. You understand me? Most of them policies they are and all that thing. Like what you say, we get institutions where they operate illegally, then they hack to reach areas. We need vehicles for reaching that inside and they. We need the technical support and manpower for ensure say let you go na bush. Now they will meet you before able to apprehend you there. You understand me? So as I say, going forward, undergraduates get your own class. Postgraduates get your own class. We now one beautiful thing now one day, we're going to ensure say yes, as a commission, we're able to implement and execute we mandates to the highest level and ensure parity of esteem among higher education institutions.
So what think would be your departing message to reviewers them before we join Mr. Emmanuel?
Well, viewers, listeners, whosoever on a day, TC, as I say earlier, will not to business as usual. Finds the day. Even now, as I stated earlier on, we validate all international and local qualifications. You understand? Like you be the talk about you prodigies, now we go overseas, blah blah blah. Mr. Kamara talk I mean, it was unfairly treated because they get in cases then they frequently, you know, institutional bodies, them international bodies, they contact we, they respond. Now, even if you want to go out, you come to the commission, we validate your certificate. We get seal the GIAM, where you can't go overseas. When they see and going to say, oh, this person not to fake or not to written that. So I want for employing all. For comply and ensure say you know the amount on accredited programs and you in a legal institution where the commissioner accredits will they come for you.
Thank you so much for joining. We are going to now turn the mic to Mr. Emmanuel Tinkakama with a wrap up with the conversation so far. So waiting the people they expect from the commission and how holistically you'd assess the standard of education with education sector, more especially at the tertiary level across the country. I guess it could be an honest, opinion on that.
Yeah, I go say we did do well because I go Ghana and I've been happen for day with other people that we come on different countries. Now, beaucoup of them learn from we. Because for the fact that when it comes to quality, you need first a standalone quality assurance unit for drive quality. Okay. And salon, almost in all the institutions them, we get trained internal quality assurance officers them, where they do the quality assurance work. Then they do self-assessment, some they do student perception surveys, some they do graduate tracer studies, some they do routine monitoring, so that they will learn and able to come up with strategies on how to improve teaching and learning.
Okay. So it's going to be the parting message where you left for Fambul with regards to this whole, the work on that they do now for popularize this thing to the public.
Yeah, thank you. On the 9th of October 2025, we did formally launch the African Standards and Guidelines on Quality Assurance. Now, Limpopo University of Creative Technology, Hill Station, Regent Grafton Highway. So we dey call on the general public for be part of that exercise day.
Okay. Many thanks for joining me. In name na Emmanuel Tinkakama, in na the manager, academic audit and institutional affairs director na the Tertiary Education Commission. It's a pleasure having you. We hope for the get to in with subsequent programs and so far as we back na Liberty Television one for play a role for ensure we help the Tertiary Education Commission for popularizing things that across the country. Many thanks as well to Crispus Charles Macaulay, the Public Relations Officer na TEC. It's a pleasure having you guys in the studio. And plain thank as well to you. We don't say we message and you as well. We don't send another different platform. Then this evening, so I watch it on the Facebook or YouTube channel. We want to appreciate you so much. So meet again for another edition. I want to say many thanks to Musa Saukuma. We help you for produce and also for give technical support to this particular program. And many thanks as well to Thomas. We studio engineer. We help we forget a better production of the program. So meet again for another edition. My name is Al-Hassan Kuma. Stay blessed and get yourself a comfortable night. Bye-bye.
We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, hey, hey. Voices come. Hey, hey, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, that's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl picking, that's a get the power. You call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV there before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey yeah, voices down. Hey yeah. The news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, let's get the power. You call on me, count to me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hey, hey, hey. Voices come. Hey, hey, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not